Hi guys, and welcome back to the Stretching Samurai. My name is Patrick Ravel. Today I am answering a question from my YouTubers wondering how do we find the instability in the human body. Now a lot of people ask me, I've got knee pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, and how do I decipher the information that's in front of me when looking at a posture? Right here on this chart right now, I have put the consequences of poor system integrity, which are principles to live by when you look at posture assessment. Now guys, the first thing you need to know is depending on the instability, you're going to see an extension. Extension is always the source of the problem, oftentimes. So we're going to look at these sources of problem one by one. The first one is the first rate of extension, which is linked to ankle instability or calcaneal instability. So what is the first rate? That's your big toe, guys. If you notice that when you look at your shoes, your big toe is up and it's just dragging into your shoes and creating holes in them, that's a big sign that the ankle is the problem. So if you've got a knee pain, the ankle is the source of the problem and not the hip. The second thing is basically knee hyperextension. A lot of people have knee hyperextension, and that's a major source of femoral instability. The instability is in the hip. So you need to find out if the client, if you're a trainer, if the knee's in hyperextension. So you got to look at the head of the femur, the middle of the knee, but also if the outside malleolus is all in line. Okay? Now, the next is the thoracic or thoracolumbar extension, which represents helium instability. And when we look at that, we're looking at basically an increased extension in the upper body or lower body. Okay? That's always helium instability. Next is always a big problem because a lot of people ask me, I've got a shoulder problem, and that's very complicated. This is probably the most complicated you're going to get. We have humeral glenoid extension, which leads to scapular instability, which means in simple terms that a lot of people like to basically are like this, their chest is totally out, and we see an extension of the humeral glenal joint, okay, the glenohumeral joint, okay, which is pretty much simple. This is where we're going to go type 1, type 2, type 3, like I've taught you in previous videos. And finally, a major cause, but never to be taken lightly, which is basically cranial extension. And what is cranial extension? We're looking at the head that goes in extension. Okay? If you see this, we have a problem between the molar, the teeth, the diaphragm, the zone of opposition, and AFIR, which is acetabellum femoral internal rotation, which is basically a left AIC, a problem with the left hip not being able to pull back. So guys, these are principles that are really easy to understand. Depending on the instability, you need to look at what type of extension in the human body the client has when doing a postural assessment. And guys, I want to tell you all out there, we're going to do a live stream next week with my good friend Jesse Pina, and we're going to try to assess his problem. He's got a shoulder problem, and we're going to try to apply this knowledge, the consequences of poor system integrity, and we're going to find what it is that's bothering his shoulder. So guys, stay tuned. I hope you like this video. You've got to subscribe, guys. Help me out here, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.